So affirmations have always been something I struggled with because the pure idea of like talking to yourself and gassing yourself up and hyping yourself up is not something I've already been comfortable with. And that's due to my own insecurities and trauma, or not trauma per se, but insecurities and worries and self-doubt and all that kind of stuff kind of comes in. And it's very difficult to get over that stuff. And saying that stuff out loud, especially someone who's not really communicative or good with my words or feel confident with my words, is a tough task, both internally and externally, right? To sit there and say, I will be great, I am great, I'm going to have greatness, and to really just, because you don't just say that, you say a lot of things for yourself to really boost yourself up, right? It's difficult for a lot of people, and it was extremely difficult for me, and it still is. There's days where I'm just not feeling it. Maybe I don't feel like I've achieved, maybe I'm down in the dumps, maybe there's something that kind of brought up my self-doubt, maybe I went down the wrong mental path, whatever. There's so many moments where that happens. However, there are ways to handle this. Now, affirmations are important. I definitely believe they are important. It's something that everyone and anyone should really be doing. One, because what you speak becomes reality. I believe that, right? What you speak becomes reality. The words that you say are so true, and it's so easy to say bad things about yourself, and it's so difficult to say good things about yourself that it becomes your mentality, right? Your words, your headspace, the environment you create will be the reality that you live, right? So you need to say affirmations, right? There's enough reason in an explanation why to say affirmations, or if I'll just make another video about that. However, if you're struggling with affirmations and there's times where you don't, what you do is you very simply put that faith and confidence into something else. Now, you see this a lot with religion, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Buddhists. They often give the thanks for their strength to their person of faith, and it works in a very similar fashion. Now, me, I'm not religious. However, I've had the unfortunate grief of having to deal with the loss of both my parents and my grandparents. However, they, and I know they gave me so much love and passion and strength and confidence, and they allowed me to really be me. That when I struggle with my affirmations, when I struggle with my self confidence, instead of saying I am, I will say thank you for. Thank you for giving me the strength. Thank you for giving me the freedom. Thank you for embracing my intelligence. Thank you for helping me learn. Thank you, right? And you just do it like that, a constant thanks to someone else, because what you're saying is, you have these things, but when there's times when you're in a bit of self-doubt, or where you're having it difficult to believe in you having it for yourself, right? Like, it's nice when someone gives you a compliment, right? If you're not feeling good looking that day and someone comes up, well, you're looking good, right? And they mean it, and you can tell it's genuine. It's not just like a pick me up, right? There's times where even if they say, you feel like, oh, he just needed to pick me up. But if a stranger comes up to you on the street and says thing, or if your family comes and say, oh, look, you've lost weight today, you'll be like, wow, I guess I have. I guess I have. You've seen it, you've acknowledged it, you've expressed it. I guess it must be true. The same thing applies from when you're talking about yourself, right? If you're looking at yourself and you say, I am strong, but you don't feel strong, and it's not really resonant, and you're not really saying it with conviction, you're kind of just saying it to say it, right? Still say it. But if you're really struggling, or if you're struggling how to start, or it's not something you're used to doing, say thank you for. Give thanks to someone. It could be the universe, it could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be a god, it could be faith, it could be religion, it could be whatever you believe in. And there are people and that may watch this and feel like they have absolutely nobody. Make it up. Like that's the answer I can give you, right? That's the only answer I can give you, because if there's truly nobody around you who makes you feel like that, or you believe gave you those tools, the fact that you're here now means that you believe you have those tools. So make up a person, right? Make up those videos, or watch someone, pick a hero, right? If you watch anime, choose Naruto, choose Luffy, choose Goku. If you listen to actors, choose Denzel, choose Chadwick Boseman. If you listen to musicians, thank Prince, thank MJ, thank Madonna, thank Celine Dion, right? Whoever, pick a person, because there are people out there in the world who have evidently tried to make a world a better place for other people, and thank them. Fucking Jet Li, right? One of my childhood actor heroes give up. I didn't realize until recently, but he went through a disaster and he saw children get hurt, and he just took a step away from acting so he can help and build up islands and help people in local areas who were at risk of being hurt by natural disasters. Thank him, right? There's people and just eventually you'll be able to you'll give enough thanks for the things that you have, that you will feel the confidence, and you'll create the environment, you'll create the energy where you can say about yourself and not feel weird and not feel off duty and not feel off topic. And it's important that you do that, because you are genuinely creating a space and creating an energy and creating an environment and building up friendships and putting yourself around people who believe these things about you and also about themselves. Misery loves company, but so does success. Right? Success wants other success. It wants to find more success. It wants to be around successful people so it can see what more success looks like. Like, you create the environment that you're in, and if you find it difficult to say I am, then say thank you for, right? And sometimes, even if you don't have it, look for faith. Look for someone who believes in you. Find something who believes in you, right? Because someone does believe in you. It's difficult to really preach without you knowing, but someone does believe in you. And you know why I know someone does believe in you? Because one day you were walking down the street and someone saw you and went, the way I've read this person, they're still here. Right? If you were down in the dumps, they're still here. They're strong enough to do it. Or look at how happy that person. I want to be that happy. Someone believes in you. Maybe off a lie that you've told. Maybe off a way you've faked a smile. Someone believes in you for some reason, right? And if you believe in the universe, thank the universe. Thank the energy, right? If your parents gave you the strength and you don't have the confidence to say it yourself, thank your parents for giving you the strength, right? And you will build up that confidence. You'll build that strength. And I promise you, just 1 week of this consistently every day will genuinely change how you feel. Just 1 week. Just 1 week of positive talking. You also got to think about as well how mad it is, how mental it is, how broken it is. And I'm not saying people are broken, just the idea of it. How broken it is that you find it difficult to say something nice about yourself. And if you truly feel it difficult, then you are the person who most definitely needs to do this. Because this is going to reflect in how you carry yourself, how you put yourself forward, the risks you take. Even if you're successful, I promise you'll be more successful. If you make money doing that, you'll make more money, right? This is something that must be done. Must. This isn't a question of could I, should I? It's yes, you have to. You have to put yourself out there, especially as well, as much as communication that we have. We live in an isolated world where people are so selfish and to themselves that you can't just walk down the street and get a compliment. Some people even feel difficult giving a compliment because of what it may imply, right? This stuff wasn't the same 10, 15 years ago, right? But it is now. So you've got to be more out there yourself. You've got to build up the environment yourself, and the area that you create, the energy that you give off, it's also important. But just the affirmation. So if you struggle with affirmations, you're struggling to do yourself, give thanks. Put the duty onto someone else. Put the duty onto me, right? Write down in the comments and I will do it for you. And I want you to read out the comment as I write it, right? I believe in you. I believe anyone can make it. You just need the right confidence. And you need to give yourself the confidence through affirmations, right? And this is a talk about another. Confidence is the most powerful thing, but it's built up evidence and it's built up belief. You need to build up the evidence and the belief, and you also need to actively do that on a consistent basis. That's the main thing. But yes, if you're struggling with affirmations, give thanks, put the power onto something else. Let that power fuel you, and then you will fuel your own belief, because you'll create the evidence, you'll create the consistency, you'll create the energy to just do it for yourself. And you'll be, I promise you, just 1 week and you'll see the differences. Just do it for 1 week and come back, comment that you're going to do it, and then come back in a week and tell me. And I promise you, you'll feel fine. If you don't, I will call you and I'll do the affirmations to you myself.